I didn't want to start something without knowing I could like fully see that through mini seasons. And for me, like building community, I knew how much work that is. And so I was like really just holding on that and wasn't putting anything into motion. Went to therapy and my therapist was like, well, what are you afraid of? And I think deep down, my fear was, what if no one shows up? Like, what if I'm walking alone? And she was like, well, what if one person shows up? Would that be a success? And I was like, yeah, actually that would be, like, one person to walk with.
Scared rabbit, they've got you boxed in. Old habit, you draw the curtain. Lonely only if they ever leave.
Hello, my name is Michael Zarick, and this is Third Space Indy. This is a podcast where we talk to community builders, leaders, and organizers all across Indianapolis who are doing their best to make Indianapolis better. Today, I am joined by Miss Casey Springer. Casey is a events marketing manager.
That's right.
At Salesforce.
Yep.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
And more importantly, in my opinion, you are the founder and CEO. I don't know what title you have of
Founder.
Founder of We Walk Indy, which is a local group that does primarily free, but sometimes paid, primarily free walks in various places around Indianapolis and the donut counties.
Yep. That's right.
And I am also an active participant in that. Hello, Casey. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing so well. We got coffee.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we have been excited, or you've been excited. I'm also excited because I know what's in here.
Oh boy.
So I stopped by Renee's. Do you know Renee's?
Yeah.
And this is something I've actually wanted to do for a while, not necessarily with you, but any guest, is just to quite literally break bread. So I got 3 things, and you get to pick 1, maybe 2 if we're feeling crazy.
Oh, is it like the show where you have to choose which one is the
No,
cake?
I'll tell you what's in here.
Okay.
I've got a normal buttered croissant.
Ooh.
I've got an almond croissant.
Oh.
And then I've got a Communal.
I don't know what that is.
You know what Communal is? It's like my favorite thing.
Well, if it's your favorite thing, I can't choose it.
No, we can share it. That's the point of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Break bread together, share.
Yeah.
Got it.
Let's do that.
Here, I think, oh no!
Oh, shoot.
We had a situation.
A terrible start.
It's a great start. Ooh.
That's okay.
Are
It's not
you
hot.
okay?
It's not hot. That's the important thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have to take keys out of my pocket. It smells nice. That's important.
Here, let
For
me
those
help
who
you.
are just listening, I spilled coffee on myself as I pulled the pastry out of the bag.
Maybe we'll do this. That's
Let's do that.
huge and amazing looking.
That's why we're splitting it.
Wow. Okay, is this the one that's your favorite? It has
Yes.
to be.
So it's French. So it's Communal. I am never saying it correct. I know for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But effectively, it's just like people do like you know how like they do like cronuts, which are
Yeah.
croissant donuts. It's basically like a croissant muffin.
Oh.
But
fun.
it's more than that and better, I think. It's sort of like normally it has like a crusty bottom, like a
Okay.
crusty sugar bottom, that type of thing.
Delicious. I think
so
we have
just
to.
grab a piece.
I think we have to choose this one. Do you mind if I put these back in the bag?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Love it. Well, thank you for sharing
Yeah,
this
grab
with me.
Anyways,
Listen to that crunch, first of all.
I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but I hope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like a cross between like an elephant ear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not doing it justice. An elephant ear. That's so lowbrow.
And so Renee's had 2 flavors. I don't normally. This is not a food podcast, but that's okay.
It's turning into one.
But it's a good way to, first of all, start because I think, and eventually I'll get to talk to someone with a restaurant or sort of a restaurant background or restaurant adjacent, but food is so important to the human experience. And I think it's a great way to break the ice.
It is. And I think like just to connect with one another, like not to hop right into what We Walk does, but we walk and it's so important for us to then socialize either before or after. Because I feel like that's where the magic is. Like you're connecting with someone, sharing food, sharing experiences.
So well, why don't you tell me and the people what We Walk does, and then I'll tell about my first experience with you
Yeah.
and my perception of the whole thing.
Okay.
And then
I'd love
we'll
to hear
go
that.
from there.
Love it. So We Walk Indy, walking club, pretty simple. Get together, walk around different parts of the city. and donut counties. But for me, it's really important to find accessible locations that are free and that are really for anyone that's on any level of walking, age, life, wherever you're at. So where we are right now, Arts Park in Broad Ripple, it's a little rustic. It's not like your flat paved path, but you're in nature. So love to choose locations that have some scenery to it. The White River downtown with the canal, here along the Monon and Carmel, all over. So essentially it's just a way for people to get together, get some steps in, meet new people. And it never ceases to amaze me the number of people where I ask any first timers, and yes, they're first timers, but they just moved here literally that week. And I'm like, that is so brave.
How did you find, like, on the average, like, how do they find you? Just Instagram or like?
Eventbrite, I think, yeah, or Instagram. But I think Eventbrite, it's just like places or things to do. Also do 317. A lot of people seem to find us from there. So I usually post all of our walks there. Yeah, but like, I don't think I would be brave enough to go to a new city, move. Like literally, I've had people that are like, yeah, I haven't even like moved into my new place. Like I have boxes and I just want to like hop right into community, which I'm like, that's amazing.
So my first experience with you, so you reached out to me through Bo Turner.
Yep.
And you're like, hey, you seem kind of cool. Like, come on a walk or whatever.
I did. Did I do that?
I don't know what you said. Wait, what do you think you did?
I think I reached out to you and was like, I would love to be a guest on your podcast. And maybe from there I was
And then I ignored you for months.
probably.
That's why you're here now.
Love that. Yeah, it was like springtime and now it's Christmas. No.
But you reached out to me and I am still actually hesitant of people who reach out to me asking to be on the podcast. That's why I came to a walk first. Because, you know, this podcast is not about advertising for your stuff. It's about community building and things like that.
Totally.
But I went to a walk. The first walk I attended was the one near Butler. We started at the Tinker, which is Firehouse.
Yep.
Tinker Firehouse.
Yep.
And this walk was actually really cool for me, I think. So I was still unemployed at that time. And the primary person you worked with to do that event was Charlotte.
Yeah.
And Charlotte and I, who is the events coordinator for Tinker, I hope that's her job.
Yep.
And I was still unemployed, and I talked to Charlotte just about being unemployed and like stuff like that. And Charlotte used to be a teacher, all of those things. And by the end, she was like, oh, come by Tinker tomorrow. I'll give you free coffee and something to eat. Although, I don't know. I think I maybe paid for the biscuit. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
We want a refund.
But just that moment of kindness of like, I see the situation you're in. I wanted to help you was so kind. And I don't think experienced that without your walk as a vehicle. And then beyond that, just witnessing, like you said, all these first time people show up, myself included, be intentional for showing up to a place and then being like, okay, if I'm here alone, I'm now forced to talk to somebody, and just making a connection, even though for myself it's not long term with anyone necessarily, although I consider us friends at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe someone will come along on a walk that I meet and I'm like, oh, you'd be a cool person to hang out with. Not that there aren't people I have already done that with, but I have witnessed on multiple walks that people have connected and probably had follow-ups afterwards, like getting lunch or even going further beyond in some way, just like hang out. And I think, to me, on the topic of accessibility, it's so simple of like, we show up at a place and we go on a walk.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do on a walk is be silent or talk.
Yeah.
And
It's okay if you're silent.
it's okay if you're silent.
It's totally fine.
But I'm a yapper.
I'm a yapper. That's probably why we're friends.
Oh, we yapped on that first walk too, and I will not tell the people what we yapped about. But that was like really powerful for me, and that's why I've continued to come, because I really enjoy the simplicity, but also through that simplicity, the beauty of the walks.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's so sweet. And I think it's free therapy for me. Like, I definitely get a lot out of it. I love connecting with new people and just seeing where they live and what their hobbies are. And whenever people show up to my walks, you'll either be greeted by myself. I'm at 98% of them. Love that. And then my walk leads, which are amazing, dear friends that I've made through this walk club. And we will make name tags for everyone. Simple. I'm a very visual person where if I write it, I'll remember it. So that's why I don't think I know your last name, because I haven't written it fully. But if I had written it once, I'll remember it. And then there's 2 other things that we put on the name tag, and it's either your neighborhood or area that you live in, and then a number 1 if you're a first timer. And I think that just like cuts the ice immediately, where I'm like, oh, Mike, you also live over here in Warfleet. Like, you should be friends with Casey or Bo or whomever.
You do a really good job of that, where you go, oh, it's not even like necessarily something people identify heavily with, although I do think people identify heavily with their neighborhood here in Indianapolis. But I think in the moment, it's not like I don't necessarily feel that, but because you are just like being like, here's a random connection,
Yes.
talk about something else,
Literally.
and then I think a lot of times it leads into just like a true icebreaker in that way.
Yeah. And I also think like first timers, I know for me, if I'm ever a first timer at an event, I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to connect with anyone. I'm like, I may seem extroverted. I'm very introverted. And having that number 1 is like a star belly sneech. Like, oh, you have a star in your belly too. Like, we're both first timers, you know? And I always say this cheesy line of like, you're only a first timer once, live it up. But it's true. Like, you're only a first timer. Like, I don't know. I also look at people and I'm like, you're a stranger, but you could be a future friend of mine. And so like, we're all just like living this life on this we're tiny specks on this huge rock in the middle of the universe. And it's like, you only live for a certain amount of time, and like, life is short. Not to get like woo-woo on you, but it's true.
The other thing I remember from the very first walk, I don't know if you remember this, at the end, after we were done, it felt like people were leaving, but they weren't leaving. They were going across the street to Graders.
They were lingering, which I love.
Yeah, no, it's good to linger.
Yeah.
It's like very Midwest goodbye. I've been really bad at that recently, actually, where I'll say goodbye to someone and then talk to them for 30 minutes. It's something.
Yeah.
But it just shows that you have like a good connection in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And but do you remember that there was that random guy who walked up with the cat in his bag?
Yeah.
But
I was hoping he would come back with his cat, and he hasn't yet.
did you tell him who you were?
No.
That
I did not.
He would ever find out then.
I thought you were doing my bidding for me. No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my job.
No.
So why did you start We Walk Indy?
Yeah, so I started for a couple reasons. It was like right on the outskirts of the pandemic where there were walking clubs popping up. And I saw a colleague of mine who lives in Grand Rapids, and she was doing a whole season of walks and getting 50, 60 girlies together walking. And I'm like, I feel like Indy could really benefit from something like that. So I like sat on the idea, and I don't know, I didn't want to start something without knowing I could like fully see that through many seasons. And for me, like building community, I knew how much work that is. And so I was like really just holding on that and wasn't putting anything into motion. Went to therapy, and my therapist was like, well, what are you afraid of? And I think deep down, my fear was, what if no one shows up? Like, what if I'm walking alone? And she was like, well, what if one person shows up? Would that be a success? And I was like, yeah, actually that would be, like, one person to walk with. And so I started it spring of 2023 right here in Broad Ripple. And I think 20, and it was like cold. People were in like...
The first time?
Yeah, 20 people.
What the heck?
I know.
That's more than it showed up to the one.
Yeah. So that was, and it was so cold that day too. It was like beginning of April. And yeah, it's just evolved. We've had 3 names, since we started, which if anyone knows and has followed We Walk, they know the struggle that it's been, which never in a million years would I have ever thought that I'd have to get into legal stuff with just starting a walk club, So I started that because I was filling a bit of a void for myself where I had been very heavily involved in a nonprofit, and like that just wasn't the right fit for me. And so I was looking to support local, like that's huge for me, and kind of showcase like how amazing Indy is. And especially since there's so many people that are moving here for the first time, like they don't know that this exists. They don't know that you can like hop up to Carmel, which I know like a lot of your podcast guests have kind of like Carmel seems to be a topic, but they have really good trails. Okay.
I don't know the only person I've talked to,
With
the
Bo,
only one you
okay.
watch is with Bo.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
it is.
I'm not a Carmel hater. Shout out to Carmel. I think they're doing good things, and if they continue to do good things, it will be a good place to live.
Fishers is also popping off too.
I actually don't mind Fishers. So we actually, on the way over here, we talked about this. Going to my brother-in-law's wedding. I said 2022. It could have been 2023. Time is an illusion to me. But I just remember the little downtown area. It was like so pleasant to be around, and that's like what sticks out to me. And then recently, there's a Mediterranean, I don't know what they identify as. The guy who runs it is Syrian, so whatever region you want to use, but Mediterranean grocery store up there. It's called Al Basha. And on the weekends they do an all-you-can-eat buffet for like $20. So if you like Mediterranean food, check that out, and you can do a little shopping on the side.
Love that. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
So
Is there
shout
a
out-
trail
yeah,
nearby? We could do a collab.
That's a good question.
I'll look it up.
It's like off the side of a big old road. So,
Okay, all right.
but yes, the beauty of Indianapolis, and I think I got down there before I went with you, but the canal downtown was like so pleasant to walk down. Is it White River State Park? Is that
Yeah,
what it
so
is?
actually,
that
like the
whole-
downtown canal, I didn't know this until I started my walk club, but it's half owned by the Cultural Trail. Like the trail around
Yeah.
that is half Cultural Trail, and then the other half is White River State Park. So like,
But
right,
the cultural trail goes through it.
it does.
That's
but
so confusing.
I know. But yeah, the Cultural Trail has public spaces that we activate on. So like we're either on the north end of the canal or the Vermont Street. That's the walk that you came to, which is like kind of the halfway point, but it's still the Cultural Trail. Yeah, it's one of my favorite walks. We do that once a month, so it's a regular.
So what's kept you going?
Good question, because
Why are we still walking?
I mean, honestly, when I was going through like the hardest part of legal issues with this walk club, people would ask me like, well, why don't you just quit? And there was never really a moment where I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna like not do this. And every walk that I host, we've always had a first timer. Always. We've never had a walk where it's just like,
That is a really impressive
no,
stat, to be
it
honest.
is. We're at 105 walks too. Can you
How many
believe that?
you do like 3 a month?
Yeah,
How are
typically.
you only at 105? I feel like it should be more.
Yeah, the rain.
I
I
don't
don't
know
count the
how-
ones that are canceled. It was a very rainy season for sure.
That's true.
Wait, what was your question?
Why are you still walking?
Oh yeah. I mean, it really is just so amazing to see the connections from people. I got tagged on a post this week actually. Stacy, who met her, she's a beautiful, beautiful human, and she posted a picture of her and her 2 friends that they met at We Walk, and they were at like some function, I don't even think in the city, like they traveled somewhere together. And I get tagged on those posts probably every couple of months, where it's like people that have met. And so I don't know, if I can be that vehicle of just connecting people and also like supporting local. I love being able to have connections. I just got a text from Create Art Indy saying, hey, can we catch up? Would love to collab on an upcoming thing. But just having those connections, like that's really what like fills my cup.
Do you think there's like something? Are you from Indianapolis?
I would say Southern Indiana, like Columbus, Indiana is my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been around many years. I look younger than I am.
That's what I said.
No.
It doesn't. It's not important to the question that I'm going to ask if you're from Indianapolis necessarily. But what, like, is there something from your earlier life? You said, you're really passionate about community and you're really passionate about connecting people. Is there something from earlier in your life that you think maybe influenced that?
I do. 2 things. One, whenever I was in high school, I always tended to gravitate toward new people that were new to the school. I have a heart for like helping people get oriented.
Have
And
you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Wait. They're like, Napoleon, this is Pedro. He's the new kid. Do you want to show
Is
him
he the
around?
new kid? It's been several years. Okay. But literally,
Is that
yes,
you?
it's
You're
me.
like-
Yeah. And I don't know. I just wish that for me. I think a lot of times growing up, I was the new kid a lot. Like I moved around from different schools. And so later when I was a little bit more established and wasn't moving around so much, I wanted to like give that back and help people. The other thing is, gosh, like several years ago, a colleague of mine did this exercise. I don't even know what it was, but he essentially asked me, what was your earliest memory? And I'd love to like flip the script and ask you, like, what was your earliest memory? And I was like, probably like caring for kittens in this chicken coop and like just feeding them and playing with them. And so out of that, like I've volunteered several hours with the Humane Society, Animal Control in fostering cats and kittens. And so I don't know, there's just something tied to like whatever your earliest memory is, like that's deeply ingrained in you.
That's so funny.
Yeah, do you have an earliest memory?
I don't know if this is the earliest memory, but is the memory that I think about as being a young person the most. And it is in like the 90s, having a Game Boy Color at my brother's soccer game. This is playing Pokemon Yellow.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Pokemon. And not knowing how to catch Pokemon, like, because kids are stupid. I was stupid. And Pokemon's a very simple game, but I didn't know how to play it. But like not knowing how to catch Pokemon, and someone there at the game teaching me how to catch Pokemon on the Game Boy. And like that, it's funny that you say that, because like, first of all, I love video games, still a huge gamer, but also like I always say I do other people's homework, which is, I don't like doing things for myself. I really enjoy teaching other people. So maybe that is like that's a core part of that. I've never reframed it that way. Now I'm lost.
Oh yeah, we're kind of all over the place.
When did
here.
you move to Indianapolis?
I moved to Indy, gosh, now it's gonna date me. I moved in 2005, we'll say it. Went to IUPUI.
No one is judging.
Oh, if they are, whatever. I'm an open book. It's fine. Not to be judged. I'm just like, well, I'm old. 2005, went to IUPUI, now IU Indy, I think it is.
Well, they're split. There's also IU Purdue. I don't know if you went to IUPUI, I call it Uipui. You went to Uipui.
I was the IU part. We'll just say that. So studied marketing and events, and then moved back to my hometown for just a couple of years. And then I came back to work on the Super Bowl that we hosted in 2012.
Did you work for like in the NFL or something?
So what happens is whenever Indianapolis hosts an event, we're essentially the liaison between the city and whatever, like the NFL for the Super Bowl. So I worked for, it was a pop-up, what do they even call that? Just like an organization, nonprofit essentially. And we had bid for hosting the Super Bowl. I wasn't a part of that. But as soon as we won the bid, then they said, okay, we need all of these different divisions and we have to hire these folks. And so I had put in my resume to be an unpaid intern for like 3 seasons.
Don't you love it?
Yeah, unpaid. At the time, I think now there's laws. Again, dating myself. But now there's laws. We have to pay these interns. Go figure. They need money to live.
Yeah.
So I had saved up all my pennies, and I finally got the unpaid position. And I was living on my sister's essentially couch at the time, and was hoping that I would get the paid position at the end. But when I tell you that they probably got thousands, maybe like tens of thousands of resumes, and here I am, like little girl just out of college, like I'll do anything. But because I had put in the time and done the internship, in fact, one intern left kind of early, so I was doing 2 people's jobs, which is also like very synonymous with who I am, just like always finding the opportunity, working really, really hard. I got the paid position. And so that set me up for success in connecting with different organizations in the city. And so by way of being as part of that organization, I had my eye on Exact Target. Loved their culture. They had free snacks.
The email marketing.
Email marketing. And then we got acquired by Salesforce a year later. So that's how that all came together.
So you never applied directly to Salesforce.
Correct.
You got
I don't think I would have been
roped in.
hired. I'm going to be real honest. Like, it's hard to get in there.
I will say, when I was first unemployed earlier in the year, I was like, oh, I might work at Salesforce. And then I saw Workday, and I was like, I'm not applying to this.
Yeah.
No Workday for Michael.
Man. Do you have a thing against Workday?
It just, all that like super corporate application process stuff is really off-putting to me.
I get it.
And it's like, I don't necessarily have anything against working for a corporation. It's more like, I don't want to go through all the paperwork. I'm anti-paperwork. Like my current job, my boss was like, I talked to her on a Monday, and she hired me on Friday. No application really, just sort of, I'm very lucky, not to hype myself up or anything, but
She was like, the vibes are there, you're hired.
No, literally is. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I desire. And this is honestly how it should be. All the like overhead and stuff is.
Totally. I feel that deeply in my soul. Like, this is why the community building is so important for me, because I need that avenue of like, I'm doing good in the world. I'm not just like on my computer all the time.
So the walk leads.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mystery to me.
Okay. How do you become one?
No,
There's no paper application. I hire on vibes and you get $0.
You asked me to be a walk lead on the first walk.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I think I forced you and I was like, you gotta lead us, but it wasn't a formal position. But you're welcome to be one if you'd like.
I don't know if I have the chops.
It's okay.
Like your other walk. Are all of your walk leads women?
They are
Or
female.
identify as
Yes, I would say. I'm trying to think if, yeah, they are.
Let me rephrase. Do you have any men or
Don't.
male
I
walk
mean,
leads?
there's my like fiance who comes and like,
Does he have a name tag?
he doesn't have an official
Okay, so
name
he's
tag.
not a
He's
walk lead.
not. You're right. But I mean, shout out to Brittany, my walk lead, who created those like very nice name tags. And I think Bo actually reached out to me and was like, "What's the info on this?" So
Oh,
now
yeah.
yeah. So a small thing of just like,
It makes it feel really official.
I know, and I oftentimes forget mine. I'm like, let me just fly under the radar. I'm a nobody here.
So were your walk leads why do they exist?
Yeah. Well, at first I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to go to all these walks. I'm going to have to like, have the help. But I have been at 98%.
one that I've gone
I know. But I will say, like, we're starting up a weekly walk on Wednesdays on the south side. I will not be able to go to all of those.
That's
but
pretty far.
It's pretty far. And also, yeah, shout out to this sweet, sweet person that was like, I want to be a walk lead, and I want to like just reached out. And
Yeah, there was the person actually at the walk. You did maybe we'll talk about that actually. The combo with the book club.
Oh.
But there was someone there who was like, I live in Southport.
Yeah.
Which means they actually couldn't drive. They took an Uber or something like that all the way up. So something like that. More, again, to the idea of accessibility, like they're just to be closer. Or
Yeah,
something
well,
like that.
it's definitely one of the, like, if I host a tabling event, I always ask people to vote, like, what side of the city would you like to walk? South side, inevitably. Yeah. Just the trails down there. I didn't know this either, but, like, above, like, downtown Indy, all of the trails that are, like, the Monon and the Nickel Plate all used to be, obviously, train tracks. South side, they're still functioning. So we can't walk on those because there's still trains on them. So, yeah.
Don't get me started on trains.
I know. Transportation. What a bugaboo.
So you said you wanted assistants, but now you haven't really used them as assistants necessarily. So now it's just sort of a title of just like your closest advisors.
No, they do help. I mean, like, I would say the intent was for them to fully lead and own the walk. But I mean, I definitely need their support to make the name tags, feel that everyone's welcome. I love to have someone at the front, middle, back of the pack, look for the newbies, make sure that they have someone to walk with. So they're 100% needed.
Yeah.
It's just in my thoughts, I was like, oh, I can like not go to everyone, but I'm going to go to everyone if that I can.
So you've lived in Indianapolis
20 plus years.
since 2005, you said. You're giving me a face.
No.
Have you ever wanted to go somewhere else? To live?
To live.
I mean, I know you travel.
I do travel a lot. Yeah, like there was a time where pre-pandemic I thought about going somewhere south, like ocean vibes, maybe the Keys, just kind of live off the grid, but remotely for a corporation.
Yeah.
But
But now you get to key in.
yeah,
Grr.
I know, I do. No, now that I have like a fiance and he's got kiddos, like I'm very established here. And whenever I moved to Broad Ripple, I literally thought I was just gonna live here a year, flip the house, and like bye. But I don't know, like this is home now for me, so I don't think so.
What is your reason for having lived here for 20 years? Like, I guess you even brought up Broad Ripple. Like, what about this is drawing you in
Yeah.
to remain here?
You know, Indy is like, what do they say? The smallest big town? The biggest small town? Biggest small?
Biggest small town in America. That is a common turn of phrase.
I guess I kind of like being a big fish in a little pond in a way. And I'm not like a big fish. No one really knows who I am, which that's great. Let's keep it that way. But I just love how easily I can be like, I'm going to go to one event and then I'm immediately connected to like 3 or 4 people that then I go to the next thing and I see them again. I love not feeling lost in a big city of like Chicago, nothing against them, or, Austin. I don't know. Like, Indy is just so small, connected, collaborative. Like, that's huge to me to be able to collaborate. And Broad Ripple, yeah, like it's just kind of right in the center of all of the things. So it's 20 minutes to get to pretty much anything, which we need to talk about the backyard Broad Ripple club that I'm going to start up.
Oh, okay.
So like it could be the
Okay, let me talk about it then.
Yeah.
Well, let me actually respond to what you said, which I also have noticed on Monday. It's probably because of who I hang out with, but that consistency of people and like bouncing. I call it the spider web, the web of connection. But like that consistency of like, hey, I met you here, and then I'm going to your thing here, and I see another person that I've seen on Instagram there, and I'm gonna go to their thing, and then I've seen another person on Instagram that so on Monday I went to Patrick Armstrong's. He did a conversation with Jane's son Kim, who is the event coordinator. I'm not gonna get the title right. I feel bad, but for Treese,
Yeah.
which is the hip hop festival, lovely event. But there was like the people who run Epicure Indy were there, the people who run Tinker Street, the restaurant, were there. A guy named Brother Jamal Shabazz was there. He's a local teacher, but is also like a high-key, low-key influencer, like that I'm really interested to meet. So I loved meeting him. So just people that I've been aware of and really interested in meeting because I just arrive in places. Just they of course are there because why else?
Right.
Why else not? Just
I know.
and that small town feel of like, oh, we're at the town hall meeting. You're here. Let's meet. That type of thing.
I love that.
It's been really enjoyable. Okay, so the backyard.
I'm going to call it Backyard Broad Ripple Club because
Backyard
that's
Broad
where we
Ripple.
live. But I mean, this concept of breaking bread with your neighbors and inviting them to your spaces that you can host. It doesn't have to be inside your house where you have to feel like everything has to be clean and perfect, like your backyard.
Yeah.
And like during the pandemic, I used to host so many backyard functions and I don't anymore.
So, this sort of, it had already been ruminating in my brain, but it sort of came to the forefront last week. That was last week. The walk with the book club and Nathan.
Oh, which logistics? That was half of the park was closed. I
Oh
didn't
my
know that.
God. I
Sorry.
hope the concert went well.
Yeah, it did not actually. It got rained at the end.
Oh no! Rest in peace, Rock the Root.
We shouldn't unrock. Great vibes for them, not for us.
Yeah. Well, we had a good time.
We had a good time
So-
getting around those gates. Anyway, continue on.
So Nathan was like, I really wish
Nathan of
Nathan of Schizophrenic Reads.
Yes.
Is that?
I can't say his last
I don't
name.
like saying
Sure.
Schizophrenic Reads. It feels wrong, but it's like
I think that's just
who he is.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know that he's schizophrenic. I don't know. Whatever.
He is.
Oh, he is.
Yes, he
Oh.
talks about it sometimes. He has a huge TikTok following. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know. But like,
Okay.
he focuses on nonprofit books,
Nonfiction.
nonfiction books. Yes, nonprofit books, and runs the book club with Tomorrow Bookstore.
Yes.
But yes, he does talk about.
And I say we as if I'm with you, but We Walk Indy partnered with Schizophrenic Reads to do a book club and then a walk. And we talked about The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmer, which I had read recently enough that I was like, oh, I want to go. And in that book, they talk about community building and this idea of reciprocity and just sort of how we can exist outside of the capitalist system, although she never uses the word capitalism. And Nathan was like, I really want to just like, he's like, I don't like to cook. I love to
Yeah.
He goes, I don't like to cook, but I love to do dishes.
Love dishes.
So I was like, why aren't we hosting dinner parties? So this idea of the Backyard Broad Ripple Club
Yeah,
is that you just get together. It's just a dinner club.
it is, but for your backyard.
So I'm going to invite you in this moment
Mhm.
for my birthday, which is October 1st.
Oh, okay.
But we're probably going to do it a little after. I'm going to host a dinner party at my house.
Fun.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
invited.
Is it a backyard?
So I live in a duplex, and my duplex neighbors.
Kick them out. Take it over.
Well, we kind of like take the front yard, and they use the backyard. There's nothing stopping us from using the backyard, except for the dog poop. So
I'm not coming to your birthday party now.
we'll look into that, and we'll just communicate with them that it's happening, and then because it would be nice to have like a little backyard shindig.
It is nice.
And I want to host people, and I also would love to make it monthly, and I hope this for people listening to like get together with. The reason I want to do this is because I have met through this podcast so many amazing people, and if you're not invited, I am so sorry.
They can start their own.
You can start your
That's
own.
the beauty of this.
And I probably will invite too many people, and I will stress my wife out.
Maybe we should just have it here, a pop-up. I think they charge for that.
Set a date, invite people. If you can't come, no big deal. There will be another one. If you can come, great.
I love that.
And then that's the idea. Just don't. It should be as low stress, low barrier to entry as possible.
But make
And,
sure
like,
you invite Nathan so he can do the dishes.
Nathan's
That's the key.
Yeah, Nathan is invited purely to do the dishes, but this. So when something I brought up during that book club is that when I lived in Moab, I lived in a 1,600-ish square foot house, which is not a large house, with 16 people. So like 100 square feet per people.
Right.
And we would do 4 days a week. We would do dinner groups. So like one group would take dinner one night a week. So 3 nights of the week during the weekday. And then Friday was like whatever, go off, do whatever, because the week is over. 3 nights of the week, I worked a construction job. Coming home and not having to cook was like amazing.
Yes.
And there is this culture of like trying to one up each other. It wasn't mean. It was like, oh, they did great. I want to do better. Sure. So you just constantly ate creative and continually better food every time. And you didn't have to cook most of it.
Amazing.
Ever. So like that is what I desire for myself in this moment and for so many other people.
I know. It's a nice way to live. And I know Bo was on your podcast and she was talking about how she wants to create this like friendship community where they all buy houses in like a cul-de-sac or whatever. And like, I don't know. I do dream of like Shady Pines days, Golden Girls. Let me retire already. Down in the Keys, eating my cheesecake. So I think there is something to be said about that, I don't know, setup essentially, where we're all bringing our thing that we're really good at. Nathan, the dishes, somebody else with cooking, not me. I can like, not decorate, that's not the vibe, but like I'll string the lights and I'll set the table. Like I was really good at setting the table growing up.
Event organizer.
Yeah, like I'll set the scene. Y'all just bring your favorite things. So Priya Parker, she's a great author of The Art of Gathering, and she brings up this concept of like the backyard parties. Or she did some series called like the Sunday Stroll. And I talked to Sarah Silcox of Sarah Silcox Studios of hosting a day where we pick a neighborhood and we just walk. And it's like a 3-hour event where you have no agenda. You're just walking, meeting neighbors. And it feels like very much your vibe. You would love that. We never got it across the finish line, but maybe next year's the year.
Oh gosh.
The Sunday Stroll?
No, I was just gonna say that I'm really excited. I think that the first one might be a disaster,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but that is all good, and I think it'll be a good time no matter what.
Yeah, but like define disaster. Like, are we expecting perfection here? We should.
Oh, disaster is in like, oh, maybe the food takes too long to come out, or like, yeah, no
You're
one cares.
together. Is
Exactly.
anyone sitting there like, oh, it's 6:37?
I think we are so self-conscious of, and I am absolutely just self-conscious of failure that we define for ourselves and no one else is defining for us.
Absolutely.
That there's no reason to be concerned about that. It's more so just you have to exist in space. Like the other day I was thinking about how next week we're going out of town and I was like, I'm gonna miss so many things, and that's a failure of me who's like really interested in community. But it's like, okay, but if I miss those things, or if I go to those things, then I'm gonna miss something else. So like, who's defining failure here other than me?
Wait, so you have like major FOMO then? Is
No,
that you
I really
don't?
don't.
So then what is the fear of like you just want to be able to go to everything? That is FOMO.
Yeah, like this Saturday. This is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
There's Treese, the Feast of Lanterns, my D&D game that I'm missing, and
No.
what was the other thing? Oh, Bo's
yeah.
Pitch Your Friend, which she asked me to attend.
Which is really a fun event.
Yeah, I know. But like all these things coming at once, and I have picked one. I'm going to the Feast of Lanterns. I picked it months ago, and that it's not that I have FOMO. It's more like I wish they were on different days, which I guess is FOMO. I just wish they were on different days.
That is kind of a thing though in Indy. Like if I were to have a walk on that day, it'd be like, well, no one's coming to the walk. They're gonna go to all these other things. Like that is kind of, I guess, like a downfall of living in a big small town. Wait, what is it? A small? No.
Big small town.
A big small town. Because then if there is butter, for example, like I'm probably not gonna host a walk that day. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
Whereas like
Samson.
Yeah.
That's the walk for the day.
Yeah, I do probably need to do a collab with Samson.
You
That'd
probably
be super
do.
Fun.
He believe it or not, he walks, and on your walks you walk and talk. So there's a clear collab.
When I had to change my name, I think I reached out and I was like,
I'd be walked.
no, I didn't. I was just like,
And he's like, shut up.
following names, and I think it was too similar. I don't know, or maybe he reached out giving me like virtual hugs. It was a blur of time.
That's so funny.
Anyway, we digress. Where were we?
So this, I think, may end up being a longer question, which I'm happy to talk about because I think you'll have a great answer. So Ed Fujawa, who is my previous guest, he asked you a question, and the question is, you're so in. He said, "What is something in Indianapolis that no longer exists that you miss or wish would return?"
Oh man, I need a minute to think about this. I've been around, as we have done the math,
I've been around.
probably 20 years. I know I don't look that old. Something that, the sinking ship was like,
What is that?
I'm aging myself.
I've lived here for less than a year. I need
This is true. Well, it was on college in 46, 49, 50 something. And it was a hockey bar, I think, like Chicago hockey bar. But it had the best corn fritters of my life. They were vegan. I don't know. It was just amazing.
You're not vegan?
No, not. But
This is definitely not vegan.
what if I said I'm vegan and I'm also gluten-free? Well, I'm dead. Sorry. Sinking Ship was just like maybe a third space for folks that were, I don't know, of a different scene. Like anyone was welcome there, like even though it was playing really loud, like metallic music. Is that what it is? Metallic music?
Or like metal.
Metal music. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was just kind of my friends' hangout, and then they stopped existing.
This is like a Broad Ripple thing. You said 46 in college.
Yeah. Like Sobro.
Yeah.
Did
you live around here, or did you drive over to like hang out with your friends?
I think I lived near Butler at the time.
Okay, so not too far.
Not too far. I think there's like the classic cleaners that's on that block where pots and pies and pans and Triple P.
Yeah, it should be called 3P because I can never remember
I don't
3Ps.
know. It's like right there. I think there's maybe, I don't know.
Is it the Indian restaurant that's in there now?
Maybe Indian? Well, there's a Roma that's the new name, and then there's something else. I don't know.
I don't know all these things. Listen.
Or another was
Please,
Taste.
I know you're gonna have more than one.
So many. It's all food related. Taste. That was like where, next to the Red Key on College, Red Key Tavern.
I know the Red Key.
Yeah. There's also the coffee shop there that has like the storage shipping containers.
Mm-hmm.
But Taste was like this amazing brunch spot. It was like the place to be. The pommes frites were magnifique.
Can you tell me, why are these places so, they're both food establishments, and back to like food as connection and third place, that type of thing. Is that sort of why they linger on you, or they have specific memories there? Or
Just the vibe. It was like, that's where my friends are. Like, after a night of dancing downtown, would go to Taste, hungover AF. Those pommes frites, I think there was something miraculous. Hangover cure, for sure. But, that was just the kind of the known. Like, this is where we're going on Friday night, the sinking ship. This is where we're going Sunday morning. Taste. That was the vibe.
I'm about to sneeze.
Oh, no. Don't look at the sun.
I thought the sun was what stops you from sneezing.
I think I look at the sun and I sneeze. So just get it out of your system. I do this too.
What?
That stops you from sneezing.
Holding your wrist?
Yeah.
I've never seen such a thing.
I'm giving you all the tricks.
Why did you... Actually, here, this is a question from my mother, who I'm supposed to ask every guest. What is a third space to you? Or a third place, whatever term you want to use.
Third space, third place to me.
Not even necessarily... answer this in any way you want. You can define it. You can talk about your specific places that you'd go now. You can just tell me what you think.
Well, I think of We Walk as kind of a roaming third place, if you will. Like, we're not.
That's why I use, actually, I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
That's why I use the word space instead of place, because I think because third place is the proper coined term.
Yeah, like the bowling alley was like kind of the original.
Yeah, I think Bowling Alone is the book a lot of people reference. But the reason I specifically use the word space is because I think the word place implies singular location. Space implies potential of mobility.
Totally.
And it's a little more ethereal in nature. Like even this, like you and me in this moment, like this is, we're holding court, as someone would say. We're just having a third space of our own just in this moment. Although I think the requirement of third spaces is consistency, but you have given consistency through We Walk.
I try to. I have a very high expectation for myself. Like,
don't we all?
I feel like, yeah, you and I are like definitely talking on some themes of like perfection and failure. And that was my entire fear of like, what if I fail? I don't want like one person to show up to my walk. Who cares? I think I'm just getting like, once I hit a certain age, I'm just like, F it, whatever. Put yourself out there, you know? And that's just, I think, so hard for people to do. But anyway, back to your question. Third space is really like, I don't know, just connecting with, it can be just one other person, like you're saying, right here, right now. A third space is anything outside of work and home. And yeah, whenever I like walk into my walks, it's ever changing what the vibe is, who's gonna be there. Are we gonna have construction issues? Like,
will there be giant fences in the way?
Or a cat in a backpack? Like, you just never know. And I think like each third space for me when I have a walk is always so different. And the beauty of it is what each of us bring. Like, I'm seeing these little ants on the table. This little guy's bringing some of this to like
take home.
Yeah, you're gonna take it. But like each
How
person
dare you,
coming
sir.
to my walk will bring their own little gift of who they are. And I just love that to our little third space. So yeah.
That's nice.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry, it sounds negative, but I don't mean it to be, on failure. People have asked me, like, isn't it hard to put yourself out there through the podcast? And I was like, not really, because I never set expectations for I didn't think of it until this moment. I never set expectations for myself for the podcast, ever. No listenership goals, no, I don't plan to make money, that type of thing. The only thing was for me to talk to people like you who I really want to talk to, like sit down, take some time and talk. And that was my only goal. And because it was for me and because there was no expectation of myself, it became very easy.
That's a beautiful thing. And more people should be like you.
Well, that's the thing though, is like, this is the only part of my life that I've been able to do that for. I got to figure out how to transfer that.
So the rest of your life is chaotic. Got it. No, and I'm also like preaching to the choir here. I just never said it. Like, I have high expectations and I get anxiety because I see someone by themselves at a walk and I'm like, are they making friends? And then I like try to go over and like talk to them.
And like, get away from me.
No, no. So yeah, I get that, like on touching on failure. So someone asked you, are you, what was the question?
Afraid to put myself out there.
Afraid to put yourself
because
out
like,
there.
I think I say a lot of opinions on this podcast. I don't speak in facts, frankly.
Like, people are going to come at you with pitchforks is what this person's saying.
Well, yeah, I do. I mean, I think a lot of my mom actually brought this up to me. She goes, your Aunt Cindy goes, I'm learning a lot about Michael's politics, which is really funny. Because I don't specifically speak on politics through this, but I think the nature of talking about, you know, adjusting our built environment to be more conducive to connection is inherently political, but many things are political. You know, I don't use local politics as a vehicle, although I think it's important for people to be involved and interested. I am more interested in the sort of the, if you consider my politics being, I want to have more friends and I want to be able to walk to restaurants and coffee shops. Right. Sure, that's my politics.
Right, and have like a nice, cool market to go to.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think when they asked, like, are you afraid to put yourself out there? It was about like sharing yourself with the world and like being worried about being judged. It's like,
they're going to judge you regardless. You know, like, what, you can't change that.
Yeah.
So might as well
Am I allowed to talk about your upcoming event?
Yeah, what's my upcoming event? Oh, the dance walk?
Yeah.
Well, it's not, I mean, it's a collab with Bo.
What is when it's a collab, that means you are taking part ownership.
Yes, I'm co-owning this.
So when you talk about the idea of putting yourself out there, there's nothing more putting yourself out there than walking down the street dancing like a fool.
Oh, well, or an amazing shuffler or something.
Dancing elegantly, like a
ballroom dancing.
Like a Belle in, I don't know, Belle and the Beast.
Belle and the Beast, yeah.
Maybe that'll be me and my wife, Belle and the Beast.
You know, we could. Well, I don't know.
You do costume walk?
Maybe.
Is that what you're?
Okay, well, pause.
That's just going trick or treating.
This is true. We're not asking for candy. We're just out dancing. Okay, side tangent. There used to be a thing in Indy, again, several years ago, probably around the same time of Taste and Sinking Ship, where they did a zombie walk. Have you heard of this?
No. That used to be like a thing.
Okay, like
happened.
nationwide. Anyway, I'm thinking.
There's a lot of those very odd things that
I
used to happen.
know. Yes.
I feel like we've missed out on that. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, that's actually, it's funny that you bring this. So, zombie walks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when people would go, like, do Naruto runs in the park?
Yes.
Or, like, flash mobs?
Yeah, that was
any of these types of
like
things.
that, a flash mob of this dance walk.
Well, but these are things people used to go, like, I feel like we haven't had, I'm going to call these communal, or trends, like social media trends that involve larger groups of people.
Yeah, like the mannequin challenge.
Sure.
Or the planking challenge.
Planking.
Was it planking?
I feel like we haven't had one of these that in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can think of one. I'm off.
Oh, what was the one where it was like, there was a song and it like, wah, 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 and you like.
That was in 2012. I know this because it was at my summer camp. We would do.
There was also Gangnam Style. Like, that's a different thing.
The first song to hit 1 billion views on YouTube.
Wait, how do you know that?
I am too online.
Oh, okay, I went to trivia at Greeks upstairs a month ago, and that was a question. And I was like, I don't know.
I could have gotten it for you.
Bummer. Anyway, the question was like collab, future event, Bo.
Well, it's more like, how do you cope with the fear of putting yourself out there with your dance walk?
Okay.
Do you even have the fear?
Oh, I for sure have the fear, but like, we talked about Bo a lot on this podcast, hilarious. But like, when she reached out to me, my initial gut reaction was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But like, I like that she is trying to bring something different to the city. So I'm like, yes, girl, I'm there. Let's collab. Yes, and like, I'm a girl's girl. And so with her at the helm, really, truly, us both at the helm, I feel like it's going to be good vibes. And the people have been so supportive and be like, yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Not one person has been like, oh my God, it's going to be so weird. And if it is so weird, so what? Whatever.
That's the one thing I've learned. I mean, we're kind of in public, but Bo and I recorded on the Mona. I know we're talking about Bo, whatever. Bo and I recorded on
now the Bo podcast.
But I also recorded on Mass Ave with another guest, like being literally in public, just like doing content, which is so cringe, like actually. But it doesn't, no one cares. Like either look at you and go, huh, or huh, what an idiot, like that type of thing. But even if they said something, which they often do not,
who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
And the same thing of like going on your dance walk, like.
And you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there.
Because you're inviting me, I probably will. That's
Perfect. You can also just like stand to the side and like kind of vibe. It's fine. You don't have to be full on.
But to that point though, like, who cares? Like,
who cares?
Just exist in your space. Yes. Who cares? Live your life. I met Madeline. I don't know her last name, but she owns Frida's Flowers. The other night, also on Monday, and speaking of Midwest goodbyes, I spent like an hour with her just yapping in a parking lot, but her friend was there, who I don't remember the name of, but they were just like, were dancing in the parking lot and recording themselves. Aww. And then like posting it on Instagram. I was like, no one I know does this, just like in the dark, in the middle of a parking lot. They were like, who needs a club? We've got a parking lot. And I was like, I wish I was willing to be like that. Because I think a lot of times we're so afraid to like.
Yeah, I know. But what's the fear? Like
there shouldn't be.
Who cares? I mean, like we keep saying, they're going to judge you regardless. You know, like they could judge you right now, like, oh, what a silly hat he's wearing. But you like it.
Yeah.
You like that hat.
Yeah.
So who cares? Who cares what they think?
Yeah.
Also, I think all of us walk around and we're so like focused on ourselves, like, oh, what do they think? So we're all just individually thinking about like, what do they think? What do they think? You know?
I'm so glad you said this. You don't have to go immediately, right?
No.
Okay. You just have to go. You just have to go tap.
Don't give my secrets away. It's fine. It's fine.
This idea of, what did you just say?
Everyone's individually going around being like,
I brought this up the other day actually when you were there. Like, I personally believe that a lot of our loneliness is through a shame that we feel. It's like, I feel so alone, and I don't want to do anything about it because I'm shameful that I feel alone, and because of that, I don't reach out to people.
yeah,
To hang out, to talk, that type of thing.
yeah,
But everybody feels that way. Or someone's gonna listen to this and be like, I don't feel that way. But
it's a spectrum.
yeah, it's along a number line somewhere. So to that same point of like, don't worry about being weird. Don't worry about talking to someone or reaching out to make connection, because more often than not, when you look someone in the eye and say, hello, my name is Michael Zarick, they'll respond to you in kind and go, hey, that's my name. And then you just ask them. My favorite question in the world, I've said this before, is like, who are you? Because no one ever knows how to answer it, and everyone answers it differently. Like the other, also on Monday, so many things happen on Monday.
It was a big day for you.
It was at the same event, but I looked at, the Tinker Street restaurant was there, and I looked at the woman who's acting as sous chef, and I said, who are you? And she goes, oh, I do like, she thought for a moment, and she goes, oh, I do like all the merch and t-shirt printing for Tinker Street, and I help run this business over here and things like that. And she looked at me and goes, I was gonna say I'm the wife of the chef over here, but then I was like, I'm so much more than that. And I was like, that's really
yes,
nice.
girl.
Yeah.
Love that.
You're not only somebody's wife, you're so much more than that.
Sure.
So Casey, who are you?
Girl.
I mean, we've been yapping about who you are this whole time.
I
But like, what do
know.
you feel?
I am like, what is the alliterative where you're like the icebreaker? Go around and like give an adjective that starts with the first letter of your name. I think of that often. I'm collaborative, Casey.
Yo.
I'm charismatic. I love to collab. I love to be charismatic, and I'm like caregiving. But yeah, I am a local supporting girly who loves to walk and create community. Also, C name. Community
Got a
building.
lot of good
Casey.
words in the C.
I know.
You're lucky Casey's not with a K.
I know.
That'd be hard.
Do you know that I was called Kelsey at my high school graduation? I stood there like, who is that? Not me.
That's so good.
Like, no one clapped. I was like, well, this is great. Who am I? I don't know. That's who I am. I mean, I got my job, which is at Salesforce marketing events. I'm a founder of a walk club. I love to travel.
Yeah.
I love cleaning, another C word. Cooking, not so much. Grilling.
You and Nathan on the dishes.
I can see it now. Okay, look at this ant. He's got a big piece. Good for him.
That's a worker.
He's working hard. Wait, can I ask you? Who are you?
Who am I?
Can I? And maybe do like an M word if you can.
Oh man, that's a man.
I am a man.
Oh, see, no one's ever asked me this question, so I never really thought about it. That's an interesting question. Thanks for asking me my question.
Maybe I should have a podcast.
I don't know. I think I'm just really interested in what other people are doing. That's the thing that really motivates me.
Yes.
Motivate.
Love it.
Motivated to learn about
Other people.
other people and their passions.
Yeah.
Because when I talk to people who do pottery, when I talk to people who run walks in the city, when I talk to other podcasters, when I talk to chefs and artists, all of these things, when you take interest in what they're doing and show interest is the only word I have. What is a good M word for interest?
Oh no, I've thrown you off with this M word.
I know. But when you look someone in the eye and you connect with them about what they are doing, that is when you form true, like a real spark. And then a lot of times they return it in kind, talking about reciprocity. Like, they'll go, oh, I think it's my superpower is like taking a deep interest in other people and then making them like me because I not pretend, that's not the correct word, but I take a deep level of interest in them and they flip it on me and they go, oh, who's this guy who's like really interested in what I'm doing?
Yeah.
But more often than not, it's because I'm genuinely like, I just am obsessed with variety and man, M is so hard. You've really
I
caught me off guard
know.
with this.
Well, you have to think on it.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Casey, I assume you know this is coming, but I need you to ask a question of the next Third Space Indy guest.
Yeah, I would love to know what, and maybe this has already been asked, and if so, I can come up with a second question, but what would you like to see in Indy? Like, what's missing? Where have you been maybe in other places where you've seen like, oh, that would be awesome to bring to Indy? Or have?
No one's ever asked that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Great.
not in those are terms either.
Yeah.
So.
Like, what is kind of not missing in Indy? Because I feel like that's a negative question, but what would you like to see in Indy?
Yeah. So simple.
And maybe I can collab. Would love to support whatever you want.
Please let me throw my Instagram cloud at you. Yeah. Casey, tell the people. You can look in the camera if you want. Tell the people where they can find you. Where do we go to We Walk?
WeWalkIndy.com, which takes you to all of our links on Instagram, our Facebook group, but most importantly, Eventbrite, where all of our mostly free.
Mostly free.
I can only think of like one event where I've charged any money, and it was like a Galentine's event. So we love to.
Oh, the ones that you generally charge for are not necessarily
my
yours.
events, yeah. And nothing against that, because everyone needs, like, there's a price to everything, but walking is free. Supporting local, small cost, big impact.
Someone said that supporting local businesses
Yes.
often has 1.25 to 1.5 times the effect of supporting
And
large
also, I
businesses.
hear that the owners do a little happy dance. You're not getting that from Amazon. Come on.
Speaking of dancing, anything else you want to plug?
The dance walk.
The dance
coming
walk.
to you in Broad Ripple, September and October, and maybe even inside somewhere. We'll see during the winter months.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I think this should be out before that happens. So cool.
If not, no worries.
Anyways, thank you for watching or listening to Third Space Indy. Thank you, Casey Springer, for joining me. You can find Third Space Indy at Third Space Indy on Instagram or thirdspaceindy.com, where I write a weekly blog. Please give me your email. I'll send it to you. The Third Space Indy intro music is done by the local artist Jennison. Shout out to Jennison. She's out here. And that's all I got. Have a great day, and I hope to share the next episode of Third Space Indy with you. Bye.
Scared rabbit, is the coast clear? Go grab it, you're gonna starve here. On your bed of death with one regret, which you never said.